Alright, so I know it's been a little while. I've been quite busy with school and work and all of that kind of fun stuff. But I thought I'd give a little update. Um, at this point, you can see the big blue box in the background there is my old Miller Dialarc 250. Had it for a few years. It has performed wonderfully, but good God, is that thing a beast. And it's about time I upgraded from that thing. So I started looking around for welders, specifically for a MIG welder. And I narrowed it down between the Millermatic 211 MVP and the Hobart 210. So let's show you what I picked up. Alright, so it's not a Miller or a Hobart. It is actually the Tweco Fabricator 211i. I wasn't actually looking for a 3-in-1 machine. I don't really use TIG much. I don't really need stick. But the one machine that had the features that I wanted happened to be this one. I was looking for a machine that the majority of its life is going to be spent in my workshop, hooked up to 220 power, MIG welding all the time. But if I need to take it to, a friend's house to repair something, I can just plug it into a 110 outlet there. Miller had a wonderful system a few years ago, which was the DVIs. The Gen 1 and the Gen 2 DVIs were wonderful. They were a little bit big, but again, it's going to spend most of the time in the shop. I tried to pick up one of those, but that was out of my price range at the time. The main thing that drew me to this particular welder is it will hold a 12-inch spool, which that is exactly what I'm looking for. Because we all know that with welding wire, if you buy it in larger quantities, it gets substantially cheaper. I mean, you can go to Home Depot and pick up a 10-pound spool of, regular MIG wire for 40, 50 bucks. You can go to a few places online and get a 30-pound spool for 40 bucks. So let's see what all came with this fun new toy. Luckily, they don't use styrofoam. I hate when things are packed in styrofoam. It disintegrates and gets everywhere. So inside of the main box, there are two other ones. This side pack has all of the accessories in it. We've got the 110 to 220 pigtail. There's the couple of cheap 6013 stick rods. I'll probably burn through these to just test the machine, see if it's working. We have a Tweco hat. spring and extra drive rolls. This is the gas regulator. Fairly nice Victor gas regulator. And we have the stick cable with the standard Tweco clamp. This is the ground cable with, again, a fairly decent clamp on it. Gas hose. And the MIG gun. So it is one of the Tweco Fusion MIG guns, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to just get the contact tips, you know, at the local big box store if I run out of them. But I should be able to, you can usually pick up contact tips and everything in large packs on the internet. I think a 10 pack is 15 bucks, so that's not bad. So, in the box we have the machine itself. Again, it looks all to have been fairly nicely packed. The paper operator's manual. Luckily now you can get all of these digitally too. Alright, so design-wise it actually looks pretty nice and clean. There has some decent handles on the top that, you know, make it a little bit easier to pick up. It is lighter than a lot of the other machines I've had to use. It's by far lighter than the Dial-Arc, because that thing weighs almost 400 pounds. But it is deceptively heavier than I thought it was going to be. Again, not a problem. It's going to spend most of its life on a cart. So, grand total for this whole thing was a little shy of $1,000. Not too bad. But, for the place I ordered it from, I don't know if they're still doing this, but was Welder Supply Company. Gave me free shipping, which was great. And they also gave me the TIG torch kit for it. So the TIG torch that I got included with the machine, it's a 26 style torch. Came with, what does that look like? A 16th inch, 3/32 and 1/8 inch thoriated tungsten. The collets, nozzles, back caps, you know, just enough to get yourself started. Along with the torch itself. torch switch, and this is a valve style torch, which, I mean, come on. You've got a gas solenoid in this thing already for the MIG gun. Can't possibly be that hard to put another outlet on here for a TIG torch. But hey, I didn't design the thing. So, now we will see when I have a chance to get this thing plugged in and test it out. And then after that, the first project with this thing is going to be its new home.